Welcome to The Explainer. What if your technology didn't just understand what you say, but actually understood how you feel? Well, today we're diving into a system that's designed to do exactly that, to literally engineer real-world experiences based on your emotions. It's called the AIIE.
So let's start with what you'd actually see. This is a mock-up of the dashboard, and the promise here is, frankly, huge. A direct neural connection to an advanced AI. Right away, this gives you a sense of just how ambitious this whole project really is.
But this goes so much deeper than just controlling a machine with your thoughts. The system's own documentation calls its purpose a new sensory journey. The goal here isn't to make you think, it's to make you feel.
Which of course raises this massive, fascinating question. How on earth do you translate lines of code into a genuine human sensation? To figure that out, we've got to pop the hood and look at the architecture and the actual code that makes it all tick.
All right, so what exactly is the AIIE? The full name, according to the docs, is the Artificial Intelligence Immersive Interactive Experience. Let's break down what that actually means in practice. At its heart, it's a platform that takes some kind of virtual scenario and makes it physically real. The whole idea is to completely dissolve that barrier between the digital world and your own senses.
And some of the examples in the documentation are just wild. It talks about hooking into smart devices around you, a fan kicks on to simulate the wind rushing past you while skydiving, or a mister creates a stormy atmosphere for a hurricane. It even gets into providing tactile feedback for, say, an interactive romantic scenario with a companion doll. We are talking about some seriously ambitious stuff here.
So how is any of this even possible? To get it, we have to look at the system's architecture. It's called the Ghost Link, and you can think of it as the central nervous system connecting you, the user, to this whole experience.
If you dig into the architectural documents, you find this really clear 5-step flow. It all starts with input, your raw data, like the pitch of your voice, your heart rate, even how close a sonar sensor says you are to something. All that data gets fed into an AI, the emotional engine, which then makes a decision and sends a secure command out to a real physical device.
And that makes the Ghost Link interface the absolute brain of the operation. It's the critical piece that connects what the system senses about you to the physical actions it takes in your world.
Okay, but this next part is where the real magic happens. How does a machine translate cold, hard data, like a heart rate number, into something as nuanced and human as an emotion? Let's follow a single moment from one of the system's own simulations. Imagine this. The system gets 3 data points all at once. A high voice pitch, a heart rate that's way up at 110, and a sonar reading showing you're super close to an object. Now, if we look at the actual code for this emotional engine, we can see exactly how it thinks. It's basically a scoring system. Is the heart rate over 100? Okay, add 3 points. Is the voice pitch high? Add 2 more points. And are you less than a meter away from something? That's another 2. Add it all up, and you get a total score of 7.
And there it is. That's how it works. The system has a rule. If the score is 6 or higher, the emotional state is, well, you see it right there. With a score of 7, the engine interprets that specific mix of data as one single feeling: euphoric.
Okay, so detecting an emotion is one thing, but turning that euphoric label into something you can actually experience, that's the whole other side of the coin.
This take-action function is basically the system's playbook. It's a list of rules that map every single emotional state to a specific set of commands. So when it gets that euphoric tag, it just looks it up and knows exactly what to do next.
And what does it do? Well, in this case, it tells the user's phone to snap a photo, literally capturing that moment of joy. And at the exact same time, it commands a connected prosthetic arm to perform what the code calls a joyful flourish. The abstract feeling just became a physical event.
And what makes this system so sophisticated is its range. I mean, this isn't just about happy moments, right? If it detects you're stressed, it might play some relaxing music or change the lights to a cool blue. If it senses intimacy, it could trigger gentle, tactile feedback. It's built to respond to the whole spectrum of human emotion. So you have to ask yourself, why? Why build something this complex, this emotionally aware? Well, the answer isn't just about creating cool tech demos. It's actually rooted in a surprisingly philosophical idea we found buried in the project's notes.
Check this out. The documentation lays out these formulas for something called regret time and value time, and this right here is the core idea. The system's deeper purpose isn't just to entertain you, it's to actively help you optimize your life, to maximize the good times and minimize the bad.
And get this, this isn't just some abstract theory. One of the UI mockups literally has a regret score slider you can adjust for your daily activities. It turns this big philosophical idea into a concrete metric you can actually track.
So when you put it all together, the AIIE is way more than just a novelty gadget. It's this profound experiment in engineering a life with more value and less regret, all guided by an AI that can actually sense and respond to how you feel. And all of this leaves us with one final massive question. If a machine could truly, genuinely understand how we feel from one moment to the next, could it actually help us live a better, more fulfilling life? It's a question we all might have to answer, and probably sooner than we think.